Today we're going to be doing part 2 of the Desert Tactical Budget Trigger setup for Glocks, and that's coming up next year on Jesse Be Outdoors. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. Once again, I'd like to thank Desert Tactical for sending his combo out. In part 1, we put the trigger in here, we did the trigger pull, and they dropped the trigger weight a little bit in this, and then we took it outside and shot it, and it did make it for a nice, clean, crisp break. It has a nice definitive wall in it. He did a great job on that. Now this is part 2, and in part 2, what we're going to do is we're going to add a striker spring that he sent with me into this and see how it works out in that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it over to the table. We're going to check the trigger pull once again on it. What it was I think it was about 5.5 pounds in the last video. We put 102 rounds through it. So I want to see what it's at now and then see what it is with this in it. Then we'll take it outside and I'll tell you my final opinion of this complete setup from Desert Tactical. Now we're at the table. Let's go ahead and safety check it here real quick. You can see nothing in the chamber here, and there is no magazine in it, so this gun's safe to fire. Now one thing I want to show you guys in case you don't remember, the safety lever on this trigger is way down at the bottom, so it's kind of hard to activate with the gauge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help it along here. We got my Wheeler trigger pull gauge here, and I'm going to help it along here real quick just to see what it breaks at. And then you can see right there, we still got about 5 1/4 right there. That's about what it was pulling at in the first video. We'll try it one more time and see what we get here. I'm going to help it along again. Alright, that time we got a little bit over 5 1/4. Third time's a charm, just because I like doing them in threes. We'll try to get this going once again. Don't mind my boy in the other room. He's playing his game in case you hear him. And then right there, we got 5 1/4 again. This thing is very consistent on it, and that's one thing I really like about it. Now what I'm going to do is, because YouTube won't allow me to do it, I'm going to change that spring out, and then we're going to come back and see if that makes a difference. I'm not sure if it'll do much on the actual poundage, but it'll probably feel a little bit different. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do the reset and everything, just so you guys can see it again here. Right here is all the take up. You got the wall, little bit of creep, and then boom, nice crisp break. Gotta love that. Then the reset right there, and it forces your finger out. That's one thing I like about it. Pull it one more time, and there's the reset. Let's change that spring out. Alright, we got it changed out here just to make sure, once again, nothing in the chamber, no magazine in it. Let's try this out once again here. Right there is our wall, little bit of creep, and a break. Now that felt and sounded like a difference in the striker release in here. I think I can hear and feel a slight difference in it with that spring in here. Let's go ahead and try the trigger pull here. See what we get on this now. Get our gauge back out. You can see that was our last pull on there. We got to zero that out here. Get it to focus in there. See if it changed this any on it. Alright. That time looks like, if I can get my camera to focus in here, there we go. We got 4.5 pounds that time around. Try it once again here. Help it along. Alright, looks like 4.5 pounds again. This looks like this part did lighten the trigger up some. That's why I wanted to do this in a 2-part series. We'll go over that here in a minute. We'll do it a third and a final time here. Get on that lever. Alright. You can see that we're down to about 4.5 pounds on that. Nice, very nice. If you guys remember when I did the first video on this was a 6.5 pound trigger, so we're down 2 pounds on it now with that spring. I want to go back to the desk real quick and talk about something, and then we'll take it outside and shoot it. Now I want to explain to you guys why I did this in 2 parts. The first part, if you guys didn't see it, I'll leave a card up above and down in the description for you guys to check the first video out. He sent the trigger shoe bar, the whole assembly, the back end, the block, and everything. And that's the way a lot of people are going to do their triggers on here. That's why I want to do a 2-part video. This video, we did the striker spring, and like I said, we just proved it. It dropped the poundage on it, And like I said, I can hear and feel a change with that striker spring in here. Now I'm going to leave a comment down below right here of what spring this is, because I forgot to ask them, but by the time I edit this video I'll know, so I'll have it down there. But this thing feels awesome. Let's take it outside and try it out. Alright, now we're outside to try the striker spring out in this. I really enjoyed shooting this in part 1. Part 2, we're going to see how this goes. And you can see I've done some shooting on the targets here from different videos with shotguns and stuff, so they're not painted. But we're still going to have fun. Let's start off with the MGM Targets gong here. See how this goes. Taking that one no problem. Let's try the 6-inch one. Alright, we take that once. MGM Coyote. Alright. Definitely feel an improvement on it, and it is a heck of a lot better than stock. Now we're going to go for the plate and see if we can take that plate a few times here. Started shooting too fast. I really had it moving. That was fun. There we go. Let's try the bowling pin. There we go. Let's try the gopher. Missed the gopher. Ow, didn't get the gopher. This trigger is really nice, and with that spring, it makes it even better. Gotta love it. Alright, we got the last magazine we're going to do in this video. Very, very nice. Liking this setup right now. Let's go ahead and just do double taps on all the big targets here. A little bit more than double taps there. Not sure what happened. I think I had a bad round here. This was one of my old reloads, and it does have a strike on it, so it was a primer not going off on this. This is Remington primers that I don't like, so I'm not really going to hold that against this, because that was only one against all these. Let's put it back in and see if it'll fire the second time around. I have had this happen with other guns with these Remington primers, so I'm not going to hold that against these modifications here. Try the MGM gong. Alright, I fired that time. Let's go ahead and I'll tell you my final thoughts. So what's my final thoughts here on Desert Tactical's complete budget build here? Part 1, we did the trigger assembly, and the reason why I did that is because most people, if they're going to do work to their Glock, they're going to do the trigger assembly like I did in part 1. Most of them are not going to do the striker spring like I did in part 2. That's why I did it in 2 parts. Now, besides that one failure, and I'll tell you guys right now, I'm going to blame that on the reload. Those Remington primers, I've had them in my Beretta hammer fired and my Glocks and a bunch of other guns, and they've done the same thing, so I'm not going to hold that against this. Dave, you did a great job with this trigger setup for being on a budget, and I can tell you right now, if you guys want to do this to your gun, go ahead and do it. These daggers are my range toys, and it made it a lot more fun to bring this out to the range, having that light of a trigger. As we saw on the trigger pull, we basically dropped almost 2 pounds from a stock dagger down to what it is now, and it made this gun that much more enjoyable to shoot. Great job, Desert Tactical. Highly recommend, if you guys want something done like this, to get a hold of him. I'm going to leave his link down in the description here to his channel. He's got a great channel. He does a bunch of different videos. Go check him out. Tell him Jesse B Outdoors sent you. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I'll have links to Axel Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some of them are affiliate accounts, and they do got discount codes to save you guys money. When you buy off the affiliate accounts, that helps me buy ammo and other things to do these videos. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are one nation under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.